As I just got done listening to the weather forecast, they're calling for more additional snow and storms for the weekend. While I don't know if that's true or not, I have not left my home and I am still working on all kinds of things. I figured if I'm stuck in the home, I might as well get some stuff done that I've been putting off, not for days, not for weeks, but for years. And that's what this video is about. But first, I'm still digging out of the mess that we had, and now we have severe wind chills, which you would have seen in yesterday's video, and now we have the wind as well, and it is supposed to get very, very cold. Now, I am used to the cold weather here in Pennsylvania, but I'm not quite used to these temperatures. Cleaning my oil lamps, putting the oil in the lamps, and getting everything ready for these cold temperatures. We get up often during the night to keep the wood stove going. Otherwise, we would freeze. We have no other forms of heat. And getting this wood stove going is quite a challenge just to keep the wood in it all the time. My husband and I, we take turns. Now, I'm not even dressed in this video. I still have my pajamas on because I really wanted to get this done while we had a little bit of sun. You might see a little bit of difference in my videos. I'm not quite editing so much. I guess I came to the point in my life where maybe real living is more interesting living. Yes, I am in my pajamas, and yes, I am trying to get this snow off of these solar panels. By the time I get this all cleaned up, it's probably going to snow again, but this is what needs to be done for the moment. And I figured, why get a shower and get my hair all wet only to go outside in the very cold temperatures? I do have gloves on. But no, I'm not really wearing a coat, and it's sub-zero with the wind chill. I'm kind of conditioned to the cold weather. And it was a little more work than I thought it would be, trying to get all this snow. I should have had a shovel, but I was out there and I was wet already. I figured, well, Tessie, just get the job done. And that's what I did. Now, some of you may be more like my mother, who was prepared for everything and prepared ahead of time. She never would have came out with slippers, nighty pants, and not wearing a coat. But you know what? Some of you are just like me. I've always been this way. Call me willy-nilly, but I do get the job done. There's something satisfying in watching the snow be peeled away, hours and hours of snow peeled away in moments. But let me tell you what, the snow was really heavy. After the inches and inches of sleet, it made things impossible to try to shovel. Did I tell you that I'm trying to live in the moment? I sure am, even though some days it's a little bit of a struggle. I often think of Little House on the Prairie books and how Laura talked about the long winter. What in the world would that have been like? Well, I like to complain and gripe about the snow. I realize that I have it so good. I cannot imagine what it was like living way back then. I decided to get all of my books together as I was showing you in previous videos. Just getting everything together and still cleaning. The wood stove needs cleaned out again, so I wanted to make sure I get that done. Then I have really hot coals again today, and I wanted to make sure they get out before the wind kicks up even more. So the next project that I wanted to work on was 2 drawers that had some of my treasures in them. I call them my treasures because it's things that I always wanted to keep, things that I love, but I haven't looked in it for a couple years. So we went quickly into doing all of this. It was fun. My husband was listening to the weather forecast and listening to some podcasts, and I had a really nice day just going through everything. I was tired of seeing everything the same, so I decided I'm going to change things up a little bit here on this little dresser that I love. I don't know what you want to call it. It's a little thing on wheels. And with having wood, you know, we do get a lot of wood dust at different places, and I wanted to clean it off. And well, this keeps me from getting cabin fever. I talked about that in day 1, day 2, and day 3 of my videos, and this keeps me busy and organizing and cleaning things a little bit better. And I was really excited to show you what I was doing after this. But these are my prize antiques, and I love them, and I'll never get rid of these. But I did get rid of a lot of the things in my home, and I just have so much more room now. And this table is my Peter Rabbit table. It's a little bit pushing spring, but I don't care. I am so ready for spring. And I got all of my Peter Rabbit things together and put them all out. Now, I do have a thank you coming up to one of the viewers who gave me that Peter Rabbit figurine. That's going to be in a video coming next week. My videos a little bit got pushed out because I have these weather videos. But for my birthday, I was given that beautiful Peter Rabbit statue. And that video is coming out soon, I promise, where I'm opening that. So things are a little bit backwards, just for a few days. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold all my laundry. I'm very thankful to have the wood stove that helps dry all of my laundry. I do have a commercial dryer, and I'll be honest with you, I did use it a few times, simply because it just makes my life a lot easier. It's checks and balances, and sometimes you have to use a little bit of electricity just to make your life a little bit easier. But when we have wind chills, minus 30 degrees, it's just too much. So I did use the dryer for a few things, and I'm very thankful to have it. It's a very old dryer, and I probably only use it 6 times a year, and I used it 1 time over all of this. So what happened is now it's sleeting and the snow is just getting so heavy. He's going to go ahead for the last part of it, use the snow blower. He said each shovel is like 50 pounds. If we would have waited to do the roof till now, it would have been way too heavy. I don't know if he could have done it. All right, he did the whole porch. Now he's going to go ahead and he's going to use the snow blower for the very end. Our property is just too big to use a snowblower totally, but he can do this part, and that will save him a lot of time. Take a look at all this. Look how high that is. So we have a huge property here. A lot of shoveling. And it is getting extremely cold, and it's starting to get really windy. We still haven't had any of the roads plowed yet. No plow trucks. Almost too much snow for the snowblower. Wow, this is turning into quite an interesting storm we have. Can't even see our mailbox. To the few of you who have never seen snow or snow like this, I hope you enjoyed this video. Whoo! I know I'm ready to go inside again. Well, my friends, it's getting towards evening again, and I thought it would be a good time to get this edited and up to all of you. Who knows what tomorrow will hold? All the excitement of the weather, or maybe just day-by-day survival. Life is like a patchwork in a quilt. Every single patch is what makes the life unique. I decided it's time to write in my diary again. It's so much newsworthy to write about. Lots of snow, working on the roof, and now the bitter cold and the wind coming our way. Maybe somebody will open my diary up 20, 50 years from now and have to chuckle at the things that I talk about. What seems so important today will probably be a distant memory tomorrow, but for now, it's important to me, important enough to write about it. I talk about my YouTube family of all of you and talk about how you have impacted my life. Who knows, by the time people read my diary, they may wonder, what was YouTube in the world that's growing so fast every day? But you know what? It's a fun life that we live. Even if we are snowed in for days on end, it keeps me motivated, it keeps me interested in life, because I'm finding out how your life is doing by reading all your comments. The world has become a much smaller place. It's hard to believe a time when the written letter was the only kind of news that we got. Now we can see our loved ones far away in just a moment. It does make me wonder though, what's life going to be in another 50 years? Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys in the next one. And give me some comments. That's how I correspond with all of you. You see my videos, but the only way I know about your life is by your comments. Let me know, what is the weather like for you? And what's life in your neck of the woods? Take care. We'll see you guys in the next one. And that's tomorrow. Bye, everybody.